What's up, everybody? My name is Tiger Nemesis. Bringing a different type of video today. So this time I'm actually gonna go over a couple things I think could make Battlefield better. I did get a good amount of time to play the beta. It is fun as hell. I know there's a lot of people that don't like it, but I'm gonna just try to be positive about it because on my side I loved it. I'm a big Battlefield 3 and 4 fan. Played 1, didn't like it so much. Played 5, didn't like it so much. They're going back to pretty much how Battlefield 4 was. It's a more recent version of it. Let's go into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over a couple different points that I think should be implemented, make it a little bit better. So let's go ahead and get to it. First up is the marking system. So it was a little bit too basic for me. It seems like you can only mark points on the map instead of like vehicles. When I tried to mark out vehicles, the character you're playing as says it. Oh, it's a chopper, it's a vehicle, it's an APC, whatever. But it doesn't actually mark it. So people say there's a damn vehicle right there. There's a chopper in the air. The guy says it, but doesn't really mark it. It doesn't mark it on the map either. I think they should really implement the marking system or make it a little bit better so you can actually tell when there's somebody there or somebody else tags them out. Another cool thing that I wish they would add also in relation to the marking system is marking a control point. You want somebody to go to B1 or B2. I can't remember all the damn control points right now. It doesn't do that. We'll get into the squad stuff a little bit later, but even if the squad leader does it, which I don't think they have squad leaders in this, and that's a whole nother point altogether. Even if the squad leader does it to go to that point, just like they did in Battlefield 4, that would be great because that way the team is synced up to go to one spot, although it was kind of chaos because like 90% of people that are playing don't have mics. Okay, second one, the compass. So I think they should actually implement the compass on the top of the screen, or at least on the bottom. It does show up when you're ADSing, but I think it's a good thing to just add. They have a lot of real estate on the screen that's not being used. I don't know if it's to not confuse newer players because they're trying to get people over from Call of Duty or from other games, but there's not enough real estate being used, and I think that's just a small feature they can put in there. I mean, we're eventually going to memorize the maps, but it would be a good thing to do. Okay, this is the third one. So this is kind of minute, but it's still, for me, it's big. The parachute deployment system. You jump out building, you deploy the parachute. Sometimes for me, the guy's holding onto the parachute where you can control it and move forward. Sometimes it just doesn't, and he's just floating down. And when I was first starting to play it on Battlefield 4, you just jump in the parachute, you start moving. The hanging system they have where you can shoot is badass, but a little bit confusing. So at least I would suggest putting in a toggle. If I prefer every single time to hit the parachute and control it, put the toggle on there so I can do that. Jump off building, get a parachute, automatically control it. That would be my preference instead of just free falling with the gun. I don't see a lot of instances where I'm gonna jump off a building, off a chopper or something like that and immediately need the gun. It's just weird to go back and forth because I'm always jumping off a building thinking I'm like straight going for a point, and I'm just like free falling and I don't notice it until I'm like, oh, the dude's not grabbing onto it. So okay, 4. So I talked a little bit about this earlier, but the squad organization. Again, I know they're in beta. I'm not saying anything bad about that. But when I looked in the menu to try to see who the hell was in my squad, I couldn't tell who's in my squad. I saw a lot of people that had little stars. I thought, okay, maybe that's it. But no, when you're playing in the regular game, there's 4 people in your squad. If you go into the menu, I can't tell who's in my squad. I love the Battlefield 4 system where you can go and check Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, whoever's in the different squads, you can check. You can see their kills. So if you want to join a more active squad, you can do that. And this one, it wasn't there. Again, I know they're in beta. They might include it later, but that's probably a really good thing to implement too. Okay, this one's number 5. This counts for your team and other people's teams in your entire like side of your team. I think it should be easier to identify who's on your team. I waste bullets so much on my own teammates thinking they're enemies. Everybody's the same. Again, I know it's in the beta, but still, I know they're gonna add characters later, but it's really weird to shoot at a teammate and then they shoot back and you think they're an enemy but they're not. It's just a little confusion of a mess, but I hope it gets sorted out. Okay, this is a number 6. I think it's number 6. I lost count already. So for weapon customization, you're in battle, hold the gun, choose the attachments. I wish they would put the name of the attachment on the actual square instead of on the left. It takes like a split second to look left and right, but I'd rather look at the attachment itself and say ACOG 1.5 or 3. Or the bigger issue, when you're switching ammo types, high power or anti-material, tell us how much ammo is in that clip, because there's so many times I've switched from regular to close quarters to high material. I have to let go of it, attach the gun, see it, and then go back to a different one because I need to change it based on the battle I'm gonna go into. So if you put the ammo type, or at least how much you actually have at that point, you have 21 out of 120 rounds. That would be great. I don't know why I'm playing piano with my hands. All right, this one's for number 7. So I really wish they would bring back the class types. It's a little bit confusing because everybody can choose every weapon and it's a little bit too much chaos. I think it's too much overpowering that everyone can carry like medic classes, or it's just a little bit too weird. I know each specialist has their own 2 little subtypes. I really would wish for it to go back to the class types. I don't know if they're ever going to implement that in the future, or if it's just going to be a big mess where everybody can grab everything, because I think everybody on the team having Stinger missiles is going to make nobody use the vehicles. So I mean, I didn't have that much problems with me flying choppers and stuff, but once people started finding out that you can carry them, a lot of people were carrying Stinger missiles and stuff, more so than in any other Battlefield game I played, or 3 or 4. So all right, I think this one's number 8. I already lost count. When you're flying choppers, I wish they would give us the ability to toggle off or on the auto centering, because there's a lot of times where I'm pitching forward so I can go as fast as possible when I get deployed in the chopper, and then I let go of the left thumbstick or whatever your preference is, it just starts going back up. That's kind of annoying because I don't want it to do that, and it hasn't done that in Battlefield 3 or 4 games, and it kind of throws off your flying if you got used to it already. This one's number 9, I think. Again, I lost count. The maps are big. I've heard people complain that the maps are too big, but they're not. They're Battlefield. That's the whole point, having big ass maps. A lot of running on this one. Only suggestion on mine, I already know it's a big ass map. That's cool with me. A lot of people are going to complain about it, but if that is the case, add zip lines, not to points, not to control points, because that's going to be overpowering. Somebody spawns way far away and they're already back in a couple seconds. Put it from like one space to a different one, but away from the point, so at least you can get from one to the other one fast, at least to try to flank or anything like that, because the zips are fun as hell on this. All right, this one's number 10, and I actually counted this time. So I would actually suggest or want range zeroing for sniper rifles, because that was an incredible feature they had. You actually knew the distance of the target. You could compensate for how far they were, change the zeroing to 150, 300, 500 meters, and actually just get a headshot with one shot, and that's it, or at least with 2. With this one, you're kind of just firing blind to see when you can get it. I didn't see a lot of people sniping, but the people I did see sniping were taking more than like 2 or 3 shots when I wasn't moving, and I was doing that on purpose to kind of test to see what kind of snipers are playing in the game. So I really think I was fighting against or baiting human snipers, and it took them a couple of shots to get me, and I purposely would be sniping other people and waiting to see how many shots they would get back to me. Maybe I was playing with snipers that suck. I don't think I was. Bring back range zeroing. All right, this is number 11. Yeah, it's 11. When I'm in vehicles, even in a jet, you have a boost mode. I'd have to hold in the left thumbstick for me to go forward, and then for me to turn left or right, I'd have to keep it pushed in for me to keep using it. Same thing with the jet. Give us a toggle option. I don't think I saw it in the menus because I went through them. If I missed it, that's my bad, but if I didn't, please add the toggle option, because it's difficult to maneuver vehicles when you're still holding the up button. Have it just one click in boost mode. Probably never going to take it off unless I need to slow down, and when I slow down, it comes off automatically, just like in Battlefield 4. I'm making a lot of Battlefield 4 requests right here, but that game is badass, and that's what I want this game to be. All right, and the last one, this is really just like personal to me, but I know very few crowd of people that are going to want this. Please add mouse and keyboard support to consoles. If we're playing against people that are on PC, they're using mouse and keyboard, or have the choice to use a controller, give us the console players choice to use mouse and keyboard. I don't have a badass PC to be playing Battlefield 2042. I already pre-ordered it for my Series X, and I'd love to play it with my mouse and keyboard. I have an Elite controller, but it's not the same thing when you're playing it like that. So all right, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys liked some of the suggestions I had. If you guys liked the video, please remember, like, comment, subscribe, you know, yada yada yada. Pretty much it. Thank you guys, everybody, very much for watching. I do live stream on Wednesdays and Fridays, 10 p.m. Central Standard. I have a second channel here on YouTube. I switched from Twitch, and it's been going great. So if you guys like the videos, I have a bunch of content on this channel and on the second channel where I live stream, do a bunch of shorts. Thank you guys very much. Check that out, and thank you guys. Take care. Peace. You.